Okay, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video showing off more restaurant stuff. Yeah, I've done this. This is like the third time me making a video on this, but I'm kind of wanting to save the other videos for the other stuff. And personally, I have not really gone anywhere or anything. Well, actually, take that back. I have gone somewhere earlier. Like we were like going to Colombia and all that. We were going to Colombia, and all that. Yeah, also, that was Jenny had texted me. I don't know if you guys saw that text or not. I don't know if that screen recorder does that or not. Jenny's like one of my friends and all that. We were gonna go to Hannibal, but we didn't end up going because apparently Andy's mom, Andy's mom, which is not my stepdad anymore. He was married to my mom before they got divorced. But he's the siblings, actual dad, and so we were going to see her and all that. Grandma Lisa, or I should just say Lisa now, because they're technically not married anymore, but Lisa, honestly, was kind of okay. I didn't really care for her too much. Whenever, we went to, see her, she didn't have much of an expression on herself, it's kind of hard to explain. She wasn't awful like Andy, but she was not great. So there was that. But she's getting like a kidney removed because she has health problems. I think I don't know if she's got diabetes or not. She's very overweight. She has lost quite a bit of weight though, but she's still super overweight. Well, she's not like super overweight. I think she's definitely has lost some weight, but she's gonna have to get a kidney transplant. So that really sucks. It could also be smoking. I don't know exactly if they know what causes kidney failure or not. I don't know. I know alcohol does that, but I don't think she drank a lot of alcohol. Her husband did, because that's Andy's like dad passed away when he was like I think 16 years old. So he died from like alcohol poisoning, So I don't know, but kind of crazy there and all that, but I should feel bad, but I didn't really know the guy, so I don't know if he was really a good person or not, because I do know, Andy was not, has done a lot of bad things. Even the siblings now say he's done some stuff, and then all that, and then we have, his brother got accused of, sexual harassment and all that. That's not very good, so, I don't really know. I don't want to say he was a bad person, because I don't know. Now, we went up there and saw him. I actually went to an old break time, too. I went to an old break time, too, because ironically, you could actually walk to it. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and video it, because I was wanting to video it. I don't remember if I videoed it. Well, I videoed it in the past, but I don't remember if I showed it off or not. So, I'm like, they're remodeling all the break times. So I wanted the red logo and all that. The blue one isn't too bad. I kind of like the red logo better, just because, I kind of like the color red on signs more, With me, it kind of depends on colors. I talked about that with the gray and all the restaurants and all that. It just depends on, that. But I don't know. I kind of like the logo better. Plus, I like the whole, I like the more, fancy logo with the cursive and all that. Before they went, simple and all that too. So, yeah, but yeah, it was actually kind of a nightmare up there. My sister Magnolia and Nolan were fighting constantly. She's screaming. God, I'm sorry, guys, but I don't like to complain about that too much. I know people are probably tired of it, but I hate going in the car with them places. It's awful. And I'm hoping going to Comic-Con, next weekend will be okay. But the problem is, I have a feeling they're going to fight there too. We're supposed to go to Comic-Con. We already got the tickets and all that. Hopefully nobody gets sick, Because I think they're starting to get sick. Yeah, I think they're starting to cough. So they're getting something, I think. But it also is at the beginning of the week. So maybe, I don't know. But we paid for all these, these tickets too. You can't refund them. You can't just refund them, which is really stupid. I guess I can kind of understand why they, did that. Just because, that's because maybe because other people can't get a chance to get in there. But I'm like, there can be a lot of stuff that can happen. You can get sick, or or you can get in a wreck and be in the hospital, or we can get snow, like we've had that. That's why we couldn't go to the other one. She got these ones ahead of a time though. So there's actually some retro buildings where they're at. I'm hoping to be able to go to get them. My mom was talking about. I was telling her about that, like, because we had a deal there going up there. Like, we were gonna go up there the last week of March, like the last time, well, not last week in March, I should say, to see Grandma Jane, who is also Andy's grandma, but she's kind of still part of, like, she's still kind of more part of the family than the others, but I don't know. But my thing is, though, is like I said, I want to clarify too that she was talking about, we'll see if we can go there or not, because I'm like, but you kind of already, well, we already kind of agreed it was gonna do that too, I guess they weren't, like, again, the whole Comic-Con thing, but I'm like, I feel like a lot of times I don't get to do a lot of crap or, like, with her. I'm always, like, even in St. Louis, I didn't really get to do a whole lot. I got to do some stuff in St. Louis, but I didn't really get to do a lot. It's like that, like, a few times and all that. It's just kind of annoying, Like, even in, like, Hannibal, like, I get to hang out with my friends sometimes, but a lot of times I can't hang out with them, And I'm like, and, like, we don't really get to do anything I want to do, we kind of, like, the siblings and all that are wanting to fight and all that, and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it, so I just kind of go to the other place and all that, but I don't know, I don't really like that, but I'm hoping I can actually do that, because I didn't get to do the Blue Roof Burger King in, St. Louis, because she like, Magnolia was throwing a fit, and we had to go get her, and I'm like, it's not really fair that I couldn't go to that too, but it was like the opposite way we were going, but still, I'm like, still, you said I can go there, and then this happened, and I'm like, that's not really fair, I'm like, why did you tell me you can do that, and then, like, I don't know, it's just so stupid, but I know I kind of went in 7 minutes of complaining about this, but there's just a lot going on. Like, I don't like all this stuff, but I want to kind of stop complaining about this and kind of show off some of this stuff for you guys here, because I did find some Dunkin' Donut stuff, which is very weird. Like I said on Google Maps, if you look at Google Maps, some places it'll show you photos, some places it won't, which is really stupid. I don't know why it's like that, but it's like it won't show Kmart off. To be fair though, that Kmart I went to was nothing like super special. It was kind of just another Kmart, so there wasn't like a lot of super special stuff there, but it still would have been cool to have some, images and all that of the place, but there wasn't really a whole lot like super special, and all that, but this place, though, however, is special, because this is us talking about the old Burger King, you see? The old Burger King. Also, what's up those boxes there? Do you see those boxes? I guess they're donuts there, but check out the bathrooms. Oh, yeah, because Dunkin' Donuts does this, too, at times. I think they do. I haven't been to too many of them. I've been to, like, one in Columbia. I'm actually videoed that one. Here, I was going to video this one, but they closed it down. I wasn't able to get there on time. I was trying to get my dad or Mamaw to take me there, but they wouldn't take me there. They kept, I kept pushing it back, and then by the time I wanted to get there, it was too late. I don't remember when this one closed. I can't remember if it was like around the pandemic or not, but it closed down and all that, so, but you can only see that bathroom. There was a little sign, but I think the other one was blue, I think because it matches the logo. So you got blue and pink here, for Dunkin' Donuts. Of course, though, a lot of them are just called Dunkin' now. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the rebranded name. I don't like that. Like, I hate that. I talked about how it's very rare for a store or a restaurant to completely change their name. Dunkin' Donuts didn't completely change their name, but they got rid of their, like, donuts part. And I guess because they're more known for their coffee, but like their donuts were really good too, and they still sell donuts. I'm like, why do they need to do that? I don't get that. But this one still says Dunkin' Donuts on there too, which is pretty cool. And Baskin Robbins apparently too, but you can see a little Burger King and all that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I didn't get to show this one off abandoned though. Apparently, if you look on Google Maps, it'll show it off though. On that Google Maps, and if there's like a TikTok about it, which is really interesting. I actually got rid of TikTok because it takes up a lot of space on your phone, and it also goes very slow. It's slow. It drains your battery faster, So that's kind of why I got rid of it. But I was gonna actually keep it, But then I was like, well, I still didn't care for watching a lot of the videos. So I was like, I'm just gonna get rid of it, Look at the floors too. See the floors down there? I don't remember them being like that, but I don't know. It's also a little shop there too. Like, did Dunkin' Donuts have a shop? I don't remember that part. Also, if you look inside on the windows there, I believe that's where the play area used to be at. That's where the play area used to be at. And there's also a little mat, the mat down there too. It's pretty cool. Got a little mat down there. It says Baskin Robbins too. Got Christmas dinner too. I actually kind of like that. It's pretty cool, but you can get another little view of it. That's not the same photo I just looked at. Yeah, I think that was. Oh yeah, it was. Jeez, there's a lot of photos here though. For only being open for a couple years, because I was only open for a couple years. There's a ton of photos. But check all this out too. Check all this. Look at all this. Pretty cool, right? Like, look at all those. Look at all that there. Oh yeah, I got the little. See, this doesn't say Dunkin' Donuts. It just says Dunkin' on there. But those are like the coffee, cups there. Like they had a little store in there too. I never got to go inside there though. I never did. We met like Keegan's mom there one time, or we were dropping him off. I can't remember. I think we met her there. I don't remember, but I think we did meet her there. But I never got to actually go inside of it, So it kind of sucked, But here's some photos of it. This looks really good. I like the way this looks. Also, you got the little brown here, the tan and the brown stuff. Because, it's coffee, So, having that there makes sense. Also, I didn't know they had, like, little shakes there, too. I haven't gone to Dunkin' Donuts in a long time. I don't know if I actually showed any off on YouTube. But that's what used to be the Burger King there. See, that's the Burger King. But it says Slim Chicken now. But let's see if I can actually, No, actually, it was already a Slim Chicken, huh? Yeah, I think it might have been, it might have been 2000, it might have been 2020 when it closed. Yeah, and on the boulevard, a lot of times the businesses will not stay gone forever, so... Like you see, there's a Captain D's down there too, also closed during COVID. But look how fast though it changed too, see? It changed really fast, so... Yeah, I'm guessing maybe this could have been one of those places that closed before that, I don't know. I actually don't like the Slim Chicken too much. I have their food, and I've done some videos on it. I don't know if I actually uploaded any, but I don't like their food that much. Even their drinks, even their orange iced tastes awful. Like it's not my favorite. If I were to go to a chicken place, I would go to either Lee's, KFC, or like the crane, or not cranes, whatever it's called, Raising Cranes. That's what it is. Yeah, Raising Cranes. I was almost right down there, but also here's another store called Here Today. That was another one I didn't get to go to either because they closed it down. Apparently, they were actually a chain and filed bankruptcy, but because I figured because it's it wasn't there very long. I figured I'd show you guys kind of at least show you guys the sign of it. So you guys can see it, because yeah, some of these places are unfortunately you're not going to find anything, but this is another one that didn't last very long. Did it go? Well, actually, yeah, it would have been bankrupt in 2019, but still show a bunch of signs there too. I don't know what Heater Today was either. I don't know if you go like apparently for some reason it's like goes back that far too. I don't understand why that is, but there we go. That's where Hastings was at right there. See that Hastings? Again, I don't know if I can find any photos of that. Now, I think I recorded that, same with the Burger King over there. But I don't really know, like, let me see, like, when it closed down. Is it, I think it was 2016 it closed. I'm pretty sure it was 2016 when it closed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Now, Burger King will be a different video, but I just wanted to kind of see here because this video is kind of short because I was only showing off Dunkin' Donuts there. Look, they actually shut down before that then, right? Yeah, they would have shut down before that. Yeah, so let's see. I'm actually going to look it up real quick. Because they actually did. They had another Burger King that actually opened up here. Let me try to check it real quick. If I can actually get to it. I'm going to see. Now, you can actually find some images of it, though, online, which is weird. But you can't actually look it up. Oh, wait, that's not the one I wanted to look up. There's a different one. It just automatically takes you there, too. That's not... I might have to... Hold on a second. I might have to do something else here. Let's do, let's see. I'm almost... Oh, yeah, Strikers. Strikers. I think I just spelled that wrong. Yeah, I just did. Oops. I can fix that. There we go. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Whoops. Oh, well, that's okay. Oh, yeah, here we go. I want to see when this one opened. And then I'm probably going to let the video go. But it was not a very long video. I mean, 18 minutes may seem kind of long, but I kind of did a lot of complaining. But I don't like doing that a lot in my videos. But I'm just so sick of all this stuff I had to go through. I'm like even right now, like I said, I want to enjoy a car trip somewhere without dealing with that stuff going on. It's frustrating, It makes me not want to really go places, because of that. I mean, I want to go places, but I want to have fun, not have this stuff, Yeah, see, that's where that's at there. I'm trying to see let me see. I might have to actually go up here to actually look it up. Hold on. I don't know. Because technically you can actually do that. It's just a little bit more difficult. But you can actually go up here and look it up. I want to see when this one actually opened here. Now, I could just wait till the Burger King video to do that. But I think I won't. I'm probably going to just do it like this. But see, how come though, like I said, look at this. See, it shows it right there, but unlike the Slim Chicken, it doesn't do anything there. And technically, no businesses have moved into that, So I'm like, why can't I just look at it, I don't know. It's so weird, honestly. I'm sorry. It's just so weird. And it won't even let me go that far back, apparently. Yeah, you got KFC. I forgot about that. Yeah, KFC was there. Yeah, I don't think that one was there very long. So it's possible that they probably closed that other one down and moved it over here. Like, I don't know, or that other one again could have not been doing very well either. But I don't know. I'm like, that seems kind of weird. Like, I mean, they have that other one down on the Boulevard too, but that one was not built until a few years later. Like, usually when they close something down, you'll either build one like a year later or something, or they'll well, actually they would build the other one and then close that one down. That way the business still is there. So it just seems kind of weird. I don't know. It's possible. I mean, like I said, it's possible they probably just maybe they didn't maybe they just didn't care too much about that. I don't know. It's just weird. Like I said, it's very very weird. But yeah, I can't really go, like, I can only go certain days. So it's just kind of stupid. See, that's kind of why I don't like Google Maps, because they do this all the time. See, like in certain areas you can go in certain years, but here it's very freaking picky. I don't understand why it's like that. It's very picky. Yeah, I don't know. Man, it's all right. I mean, I'm not really worried about it too much. But yeah, I don't know. I figured I'd show off the Dunkin' Donuts though in case they change it. I don't think there's any other images I could show. Maybe I can go back and check real quick. Um, oops. Okay, let's see. Oops, it would have been reviews, right? If it'll let me do reviews. Yeah, see, it'll let me do reviews here. Oh my, these are not very good reviews. Let's see here. Something is wrong with the way that they make their bagel or something. They don't have the size or taste of any other Dunkin' bagel I have ever ordered two bacon and egg, okay, bagels, one with cheese, got cheese on both, and my coffee was warm at best. Okay, well, why are you giving it 1 star? It sounds more like you're praising it. Like, yeah, they messed the food up a little bit, but it sounds like you're just praising it a little bit. Like, it's warm at best. I'm like, that's still better than nothing, right? I mean, I don't get it. Like, that's kind of a weird review. I mean, people can have their own opinion, but it just seems kind of weird, the way this person was saying that. There are reviewers like that. That's why when you're looking up something, you gotta, keep an eye on that stuff, because some of that stuff can be kind of weird. It's the same with, if you're looking for a program or something. Like, for example, I'm actually wanting to recover my SD card. I'm not doing it right now because we're going to Comic-Con, but I do have plans on recovering it. But you gotta be careful on when you read stuff, because sometimes people can complain about something, but it doesn't make any sense, or like they won't complain about it, but yeah, they'll give it 1 star. That's just, again, that's weird. Okay, so here we go. We got sad. We were really looking forward to this location opening, and then disappointed. We went to search of okay, and donut holes, and all that they had were plain chocolate and blueberry. There weren't any sprinkle ones. We ordered the. This is no filling, and the others had very little filling. Okay, this one makes more sense here. This one makes more sense. We stopped in on Mother's Day to eat in our first time there, and first thing seen was a stinky front door with obvious, but we continued on to the counter and stood for 15 seconds or so and was feeling greedy with after giving order. We immediately received the donuts, waiting for the hot food, and then waited entirely for our. As we were waiting and looking around, we kept noticing how much of a mess it was, from working counters to tables and lack of employees. It was, and we were the only customers in there. Disappointed in slight score of vanilla cream in our donuts created an extra disappointment. Sad. Okay. So it sounds like it was pretty nasty in there. So, again, I can't say anything because I wasn't in there, so I'm just going off what people say. Because I will say, like, Mamaw would not take me to this Long John Silver's and Jeff and all that because it was nasty. I actually went in there with Delaney. It was not that bad. The only thing I think that was nasty was the bathrooms, but even then it wasn't that bad. It was just like some trash on the floor people didn't pick up, but I've seen way worse. Like, trust me. Like, speaking of which, if you guys haven't been, I guess, been to some Dollar General stores, you notice how their floors are all nasty and all that. Like, it wasn't even that bad, you know. Like, you know, like I said, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it was a little nasty, but not too bad. But again, they probably maybe didn't get to it on time, you know, or they didn't get to the bathroom yet, you know. Because, you know, a lot of these employees have to work, you know, throughout the shift, and then usually they do the cleaning afterwards in these places. So, I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm just going off what people are saying here. But, yeah, it wasn't as bad as Mamaw was saying it. But Mamaw's also a neat freak. She's even admitted it. She's a neat freak, you know. But even then, I'm like, it wasn't even that bad really in there. It is sad that Long John Silver's closed, but I kind of preferred Captain D's, but they closed during the pandemic, as you guys saw on the maps there. Let's read a positive review here. Let's see what the positive says. Dunkin' Donuts and Baskin Robbins combined. Good food, comfy chairs, free Wi-Fi. They have outlets at the tables, so you can plug in your electronics into charge while you eat. They have an enclosed area where larger groups can gather over nice and relaxing atmosphere and with good music. This is it. Okay, so yeah, it sounds like they have some good foods. Okay, so this person actually didn't have a bad time there. So I'm guessing that's what they did with the play area. So if you look up, the Burger King, you can see it had a play area. It was a closed off one, so you could actually I think most play areas I believe are actually closed off. They're separate from the actual building, and a lot of these places that used to have them, and that still some of them still do. But I think that's what they were using in that room, because after that, when Slim Chicken took over, all that was pretty much gone. Here's some reviews here too. It says great coffee, lots of options. The egg white bagel. It says bagel omelet on a bagel is great for those who have since to yolks. Visited from Texas, ordered a turkey, egg, and cheese English muffin. Out of the muffins, asked with cream and cheese, no plain bagel, so choice. And so no hot chocolate after waiting 15 means to be told $11 for nothing. Manager was more worried about her nose ring of being short tempered with the customers she had lined up. I mean, there looks like there's some reviewers that are saying the food's really good, but a lot of them are like not very positive. So that may be why it closed. Because I just find it funny that it closed, due to the pandemic. The pandemic, because it was only open for a few years. Now places like Captain D's and all that, I understand why they closed. Captain D's and Ruby Tuesday closed, and they closed Ruby Tuesday too because I think the pandemic really hurt those restaurants. I mean, Captain D's and Ruby Tuesday, and it goes for Long John Silver's, have been struggling for a while, but the pandemic really hurt these businesses because, especially Ruby Tuesday, because it's a dine-in restaurant. Because it's a dine-in restaurant, a lot of them have had to close. It's really sad, but it's true. The good news is some of these businesses look like they're recovering, so that's good. But still, I really do think they should have handled the pandemic better. Give these, I think they should have had a rule, some businesses that didn't need, to get paid and all that, mechanics and all that, I don't think they need to be paid, extra, or, for their buildings, because people can actually get business. That goes for, some places too, they had, we also have, Hollywood and all that too. All our picture movies. A lot of them blame their stuff for not doing well because of the pandemic. And I mean, yeah, some of it was probably hurt a little bit, but it didn't hurt them that much. It's just because they didn't make good stuff, So, again, that's not really, again, that's not all COVID's fault. That's just because they didn't make good stuff. But these sit-down restaurants, these store chains, a lot of them that were struggling, or some that were actually doing well, are now hurting because of what happened here. It is sad. I'm hoping some of these businesses will come back, because it won't be the same. But that's pretty much all I think I need to show. There's not really a lot else here. This is not friendly this time either. Yeah, definitely not a lot of good reviews. Kind of like the McDonald's and Holt Summit. It sounds like at least their dining room looks nice. Yeah, it looks like they at least put effort in their dining room. The one at Holt Summit just looks like a completely different restaurant. I bet if it closed, I bet people wouldn't even know it was a McDonald's. Because of how different it looks. Here, you could probably tell it's a if it closed down, and all, you could tell it was I guess it did close down, but you get what I mean. You could tell it's a Dunkin' Donuts. Places like McDonald's and all that, you couldn't even tell, or because, they look so much different than what, so you can't even tell they're actually a McDonald's. Because they look all identical now. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, though, looks like, because, yeah, I think, that's the Burger King there, and, yeah, you guys can see the little play area in there, too. Yeah, it just looks like I can't even, view it. Again, why is it giving me the options to do that, but it won't let me, I don't understand why that's so hard. I don't know. I think this Burger King may have actually struggled because, look at, I don't know, it had some customers here. Not a whole lot, though. Not a whole lot. So, it's possible this one probably closed because of, it. But I don't know. There's a lot of people there. That could have been just maybe the day. Oh, well, it was December, too, by the looks of that. So, I don't know. It looks like that's pretty much it, though, here. You got like the news, stuff and all that, but so I don't know why it doesn't just go back further than that either. I don't know. Even if you look up, the whole thing on Google Maps, I can't really find it. So, but there are some photos of like some that Burger King and all, but I haven't really found any of the inside of it that I'm aware of. I could be wrong though, but I don't think I have. But I'm gonna go ahead and let things go from here because I gotta get inside because my phone's almost dead here, and I gotta work on these photos. Because I'm actually going through the photos too, because my mom won't let me take them to my dad's house, so I kind of have them here. She's worried they're gonna get ruined, but I'm like I'm not saying anything, but I'm like looking at her. I'm like, well, they're clearly getting ruined here. You got them like all thrown in, I have them in these buckets. You are throwing crap on top of them, and then like got animals that pooping on that and peeing on stuff. I'm like, clearly they're not like as great here as you think they are, but I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead and probably let things go from here, though. I'll try not to do as much complaining too next time, but like I said, I'm just going through a lot of stuff right now. But anywho, see you guys later. Bye bye.